We stand with the people of Ukraine against the outrageous acts of hatred and brutality that the Russian government is inflicting on Ukraine. There are few words to describe the inhumanity of a person so hell-bent on power that he is bombing a peaceful, democratic nation. May this music help us all to reflect on those who have lost their homes, family, friends, loved ones. Our thoughts are with those who continue to live in horror of the Russian invasion. Any donation would be gratefully appreciated. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart for attending today's benefit.
Honored guests, Consul General, more than a month ago, Russia began a full-scale war in Ukraine. Amongst the thousands who have been murdered, and over 10 million people have been driven from their homes. Over 3.5 million people have fled into neighboring countries. These atrocities are mind-boggling in this day and age. They're even now launching missiles into Lviv, which is only less than 100 kilometers from your borders. We are most grateful to the Polish government for opening all their borders and welcoming our fleeing citizens in Ukraine. And I want to thank everyone here this evening and the Polish Canadian Council for showing their love, their neighborly love and compassion, and opening their hearts and their talents and imaginations to help with humanitarian aid, to help those who are suffering there, and to also help for those Ukrainian nationals who will be arriving here in Canada with their children, with the elderly. They'll need a lot of help when they get here. So on behalf of the Ukrainian Canadian Congress Alberta Provincial Council, I want to thank all of you for standing together with us and standing against this monster, and hopefully this will all end soon and we can all go back to a normal life. Thank you for supporting us and supporting each other, because without each other and without love, we cannot overcome this. Dziękujemy bardzo.
Ladies and gentlemen, never in my lifetime would I be a witness to what my parents went through. You know, they were deported here in 1948, and they never talked about it. And watching what is happening to our friends, our relatives, our families in Ukraine is not something that we can grasp, that we can understand. And yet, as President Biden said yesterday in Poland, the butcher is proceeding. Earlier this week, we were honored that working with our Ukrainian Canadian friends, the Polish community, and all Edmontonians completed an outstanding contribution that in a few hours, a Dreamline from Warsaw will be landing at the Edmonton International Airport. And hopefully, if enough visas are available, we'll be bringing some of our Ukrainian brothers and sisters to Edmonton. And they will be returning with an outstanding, incredible, filled Dreamliner to help in just a little way the 2.4 17,000 individuals who the butcher of Moscow decided to disrupt, decided to tear away from their homes, their communities. So we are gathered here this afternoon because of music. Music, which, as all of you know, is the heart of our soul. And so I thank each and every one of you for attending, and I thank each and every one of you for the prayers, the help, and more importantly, the understanding that those who are arriving in the year 2022 very much are like those who arrived in 1945 to 1953. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the music, but keep your prayers for all those millions of people who are being disrupted, who are being killed, and who are being removed from their family. Thank you very much.
Madam President of Canadian Polish Congress, Alberta District, distinguished guests, Lydia from Ukrainian Congress, and other ethnic communities, presidents of Polish organizations, artists, and ladies and gentlemen. The Canadian Polish Congress National Board condemns in the strongest possible terms Russia's unprovoked and brutal invasion of Ukraine and violate international law. We stand in solidarity with Ukraine and Canadian Ukrainian Congress and call on the government of Canada and the international community to do everything in its power to support the people of Ukraine. As the face of this unprecedented Russian aggression, forcing 4 million Ukrainians to flee of their country and to the neighboring countries, Canada and Poland have consistently been a strongest supporter of a free, democratic and independent Ukraine, and our help is needed now more than ever. Tragic situation in Ukraine have devastating humanitarian consequences. The situation is quickly becoming Europe's largest refugee crisis in the century. For the past 3 weeks, more than 2.2 million refugees from Ukraine have arrived and were welcomed with open heart by Poland and Polish people. In amazing gesture, majority of the world, Poland, as well as Canadian communities opened their hearts and share wealth with Ukraine and Ukrainian refugees. As the president of the Magda Tomczak Children's Aid Foundation, from our foundation we will donate $5,000 to support today's fundraising for Ukraine. To our Ukrainian friends here and around the globe, Canada Polish community supports and stands with you during that difficult time. Slava Ukraine! Jesteśmy z wami. Thank you.